I am Mr. Finance, your favorite financial educator, the best of the best, the one and only Mr. Finance.
Remember to hit subscribe right now. Subscribe.
Hey guys, good morning, good morning. As you guys know that I'm actually here getting ready to do my virtual. Let me show you real quick. So far in the office, there's people in the office and I'm able to run the call from here. And let me show you online right now. We have people online. Check this out. As you can see, there's a lot of people here that's online getting ready. You hear the people in the office. Those are folks in the office right now. So that's one of the coolest things. So stay tuned, guys. I'm about to go do an awesome event. And like I said, you'll see in a second. Things that the public need to know about and learn about, because right now what's happening is that there's a lot changing in the financial industry and nobody is sharing that information with the public. Nobody is trying to give you guys the update of what's happening, what to plan for, and what to prevent. So I think our national campaign is going to do some amazing things when it comes down to don't take our word for it so much, but I want you to join the campaign and see the community. Go on our Facebook community, and if you're definitely one of our first-time guests, we'll definitely encourage that you definitely get access to this this Facebook community. You get to see all that we're doing for families right now. I mean, people are having a lot of great time learning about finance, learning how to save, learning how to plan for their retirement, learning how to put together college planning for their kids. These are things that people are learning. Like, where do you see in corporate America people are this excited to learn about finance? Where do you go and get recognition for actually learning and understanding how you could build a new financial foundation for yourself? And that's what we pride on, and we're really excited about the fact that we've given thousands of families this, and our mission and our campaign to educate millions of families. As you can see, there's a few pictures of just me and my friends on the Facebook community. Now, the great thing about this is the fact that we're doing this educational campaign with two major books. And these two books is really changing the world. And I mean, really, really, truly changing the world. How we plan to do that is by taking the time to let people learn how to put together their future by learning Finance 101. And it's by them understanding some of the basic principles of how to build a financial foundation. But even on that read, that blue book that you see there, that's one of the ways that people are learning about finance. And another way, we also said that, okay, we understand that sometimes you read things, you don't understand it, but then we provide financial workshops. So then we provide the workshops for people to come to, and that's when they get access to the workbook. So that way they can learn more. You're going to learn some of the things that our workshop cover. But one of the biggest things I want, the question that people always ask me, the one thing people always asking me is this. They say, Keon, why are you doing what you're doing? Why do you do this? Why is your company on this national campaign? Why is it important that your company is providing these services for free? What makes your company different? And I always say it's simply because we paid attention to a survey that was conducted. Now, they said, according to a recent survey, they said that North Americans are facing serious financial challenges. This survey was conducted in Canada and the US, but we're going to talk about the US today because that's where we are. It says that in the US, the picture is even gloomier. So they said that we have 33%, or more than 77 million Americans don't pay their bills on time. We have 39% carry credit card debt from month to month. We have 59%, only 59% of adults say they have savings. And worse, more than half now think it's acceptable to default on their mortgage if they can't afford to pay it. That's why we're doing what we're doing. When people always ask me why are we doing this, I said, well, this is the statistics. This is the numbers right in your face. This is not me making up stuff. This is what the reality is. My question to you now is, who's helping people fixing these problems? And better yet, who's doing it for free? Who's helping families to do this for free? Who's providing them the mentorship? Who's providing them the workshop? Who's providing them the guide to fix these problems? And the answer always used to be nobody. And then our campaign launched. because we wanted to make a difference. It's not about the money, it's about understanding. See, we're here to try to really do some real big things in America. Because if we don't fix this problem, guys, our grandkids gonna suffer. My kids' gonna suffer. Our kids gonna suffer if we do not make a change. So that's the way we want to do. We want to go about making changes versus just making money. And that's the big issue. So one of the things that we found out is that the way that we help the families to understand, we want to let them understand how to create a financial foundation. And the way you create a financial foundation is to understand how to put together proper protection. We teach them how to manage their debt. We teach them how to create an emergency fund. And we teach them what are some of the proper places to invest their money. Because one of the things is this that happened. We've been creating our financial foundation upside down for many years. For many years, we've started putting our money into investment. And then by investing our money, we didn't have enough money because it's tied up. So when emergency happened, we didn't have an emergency fund. And then we use our credit card to take care of emergencies that then require us to be in debt. And by being in debt, we didn't have enough money to create what's called protection. This is the reason why many of us today, financial foundation is a little bit rocky. And we want to change that. We want to teach people how to reverse the effect of financial insecurity. So then on top of this, we got to learn about the wealth formula. You got to understand how money works. Because so many of us work for money, but do we truly understand how it works? So we spend the time to teach people the wealth formula. We sit down with every family and show them the understanding of what is the wealth formula, what is required to build wealth. So we go over showing them how to get the money. We show them where the money is. We teach them about how to make time, leverage time. And if you don't have enough time, we teach you how to use the rate of return to leverage time. We show them how the inflation and taxes could take away from their wealth. And then whatever is result of that is wealth. I always joke around and I said that everybody's wealthy. Every one of you guys is very wealthy. It's just that the wealth that you have does not give you the lifestyle you desire. So what we do, we spend time and have money talks with families. But these money talks shouldn't be happening just as adults. We got to be having this conversation with our kids. If you feel that it's too late for you, it's best for you to learn it so that way you can teach it to your grandkids, teach it to your kids, teach it to your kids' kids, so that way they could change the generational curse. I call it a curse. You know what a curse is? It's not bad luck. It's lack of information and lack of access to knowledge. That's a curse. And we want to change that. So what are the things that we do? When we sit down with every family, we break down what is the wealth formula. Right. 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 All right, guys. So there you have it. You get a little glimpse of how I'm being educated and teaching families and the understanding of about our campaign. See, spreading the information about our campaign is so important. It's so crucial that families understand where can they go, where can they come, where can they learn about how money works, and that's what we're here to do. We're here to give families access. We're here to give them knowledge. We're here to give them information so that way they could feel empowered and they could continue to learn about finance. Guys, let me tell you something. If we don't do it, no one is going to do it. And that's why we're here to empower you with the financial knowledge that you need. And after this, I'm actually going to break down just for you guys, just a quick treat, what does it mean to put together a proper financial foundation. So I'm going to be putting that in this vlog so that way you guys know what is a proper way to create a financial foundation and what would it look like if you do it the opposite way. And we're going to break that down for you guys. All right, so I'll be back. I'm going to go eat some lunch. All right, see you guys in a little bit. Yeah. Hi, baby. You're a big girl. How you doing? I love you. You're a big girl, baby. What are you doing wearing heels? Huh? That's my daughter. She is a trip. Why are you so cute? Alright guys, how you guys doing? Like I promised earlier, I told you guys that I was going to come on here. I'm going to talk about how to create a financial foundation. And in creating a financial foundation, that requires you understanding the do's and don'ts. So one of the things that we're going to talk about is the do's and don't when to come to creating your financial foundation, right? And one of the things that people most of the time think that when you're creating a financial foundation, the first thing they tell you to do what? To go invest your money, right? So they tell you that you need to go invest. And when you go invest your money, that money now get tied up, right? Now here's the problem with that. When you invest your money get tied up. Now what happened when an emergency comes? Now when you come to have an emergency, you start looking for what's called an emergency fund. And because your money's tied up in the investment, you don't have one. So then you use your credit card, CC, right? Now by using your credit card as your emergency fund, that now puts you in what we call debt, right? That puts you in debt. And by you being in debt, it's hard for you to manage it because your money is tied up in investment. You don't have an emergency fund. The emergency fund is by using your credit card. And by using your credit card, that puts you in debt. All right? Now that you're in debt, you want to put things in place that's called protection. Right? You want to put things in place that we call protection. And guess what? No money. There's no money to do that because you have debt. So over the years, a lot of people always been asking me, Keon, how did I end up this way? What happened to me? It's because somebody told you that the first thing you should do is number one, invest your money. And then when emergency comes, they didn't tell you to put together some emergency. So number two, you use your credit card as an emergency fund. By using your credit card as an emergency fund, that then puts you in number three, debt. And when you having debt, you start getting older and you want to put other things in place. Guess what? You didn't have enough money to put together number four, protection. So now, what is the way you do it? How is the do way works for you? Now, when you're creating a financial foundation, guys, here's something that you must know. You must understand that it requires you to truly understand how money works. Because if you're going to create a financial foundation, you got to do it the right way. And the first thing you got to do as creating a financial foundation is number one. You got to do the opposite. The first thing you got to do is put it together, protection. That's the first thing. You got to make sure that you put in the right kind of protection. Now, you're probably wondering, what kind of protection are we talking about? Well, we're talking about protection against, if you die, you got to protect your income. We got to talk about long-term care. When you get older, you need to have long-term care in place. We're talking about for your estate, right? You got to make sure you have a will or a trust. These are all protection, all right? You got to protect your money. You got to protect your income. You got to protect your long-term care, your estate. You got to protect your health. Do you have the right type of health care in place? So these are all the fundamentals for your life, okay? That's what protection means. Protection to put the right things in place for when you're alive, when you get older, when you die, and while you're still here, all right? That's the protection that we talk about, the foundation to put together a proper financial foundation. Then the next thing you must do, you got to know how to manage. You got to manage your debt. Or better yet, become debt free. You want to learn how to eliminate debt. So every time we sit down with somebody, we teach them about the debt roller program. So that way they can learn how to eliminate all debts. All debts also including your mortgage, also including your credit cards, also including your student loan, your car note. All these things are debt. I don't care what nobody say. It's a debt. If it's not paid off clean, it's a debt. So that's why we want to sit down with people and teach them how to eliminate debt. That's your number 2 step. The number 3 step is for you to create an emergency fund. All right? We call it E-Fund. You need to have 3 to 6 months of income put aside in order to create an emergency fund. And by doing this, when emergency happens, you don't end up being back in more debt. God forbid you have a car accident, your home collapse, whatever. You need to have 3 to 6 months. If you lose your job, your business is slow. All right? 3 to 6 months. And then last, number 4. That's when you have the opportunity to know what can you invest. But better yet, when it comes to investment, you must understand taxes. Here's the thing, guys. The thing is that when most people invest their money, they don't understand taxes. And because you don't understand taxes, you don't know where to put your money. There's 3 ways your money get taxed when you need it. Your money get taxed now, later, and tax advantage. The thing is that you don't know where to put your money. Most of the time, people tell you to put your money in stocks and your money get taxed every year because it's in a taxable vehicle. Then they tell you to put your money in an IRA or a SEP IRA, the annuities and different things. And then your money get taxed later on in your 401ks or stuff like that. And then they tell you about tax advantage. No, they never tell you about tax advantage. That's the problem. Because that's where 5% of the population know about. That's where you don't get taxed on your money generally when you need it. So that's why when it comes to investment, you got to learn how your money is being taxed. So once again, let's go over it. This is the don't. You don't go invest your money first. And then when emergency happens, you use your credit cards. That's a don't. Because then that puts you in debt. And when you're in debt, you don't have enough money to put together protections that you need. What is the do? The do is for you to make sure you put together the right kind of foundation by putting together proper protection. Protection for your income, if it disappears and you have dependency, for your long-term care for when you get old, estate planning, a will or a trust for when you die, and your health care, make sure that you have a good health care plan for when you also get sick or so on. Number 2, you got to manage your debt and eliminate them by learning what's called the debt roll-up program. And then, number 3, you got to create an emergency fund. You need to have 3 to 6 months of your emergency fund. If not, you can have a year. And then number 4, then you invest. When you invest, you must learn the 3 ways your money be taxed when you need it. So that way you can make a proper decision when it comes to your money and your investment. So, guys, this is the do's and don'ts of creating a financial foundation. All right? If you ever want to have a sit down, you ever want to have a money talk, make sure you give me a phone call at 973-873-5977. So that way you two can have a money talk. So once again, do's, don'ts. Do's, don't. When you're doing the do's, make sure you put the proper protection in place. Make sure you manage your debt. Make sure you have an emergency fund. And make sure you learn how to invest your money by understanding 3 ways your money be taxed when you need it. All right? So with that said, I hope you guys learned a lot. Thank you for tuning in. That was a quick money talk with your guy, Mr. Finance. Always remember, you're one decision away from changing your future for the better. So the choice is always yours. All right? Give me a call. Let's have a money talk. So there you have it, guys. I just shared with you guys some financial foundation with the do's and the don'ts. I hope that teach you a lot. I just want you guys to always remember to comment below. Let us know how this affect you, if you learned a lot, if you understand a little bit more about the do's and don'ts. And stay tuned, man. Remember to like and subscribe. Comment below. Remember, when we hit 5,000 subscribers, I'm giving away $1,000 cash, all right, to one lucky winner. So that could be you. So, you know, you never know. My kids will be picking the random winner, so that way they could win that $1,000 cash for their family. And it's either we're gonna cash app it or whatever what we have to do and send it to you. All right, so when we hit 5,000 subscribers, so remember, like, share, subscribe, spread the word, tell someone to come over here and check out Mr. Finance. You know what, you're gonna learn a lot throughout these vlogs, and I appreciate you all, man. I can't believe we have vlog number 7 already, and I can't wait. So let's continue watching the journey, and we're gonna have a lot of fun. All right, so let's keep learning, let's keep putting that knowledge out there, let's put out that information, and remember to like and share, spread the word, send this to a friend, show them that, hey, there's a guy out here teaching people about finance. All right, and I want to continue doing that for you guys. All right, so stay tuned. I'll see you guys next time on the next one. All right, so make sure you go check out vlog number 5 too. All right, vlog number 5 is really awesome, a lot of good stuff in there. All right, so this one is going to be really awesome, and the next one, you never know what I would teach you. Just stay tuned, keep watching, and remember to hit that notification box too, like subscribe. All right, subscribe, hit the notification so you know when I post. All right, so see you guys soon.